one of the key reasons we might have a formal mindfulness or meditation practice is so that we can cultivate qualities we bring to everyday life. Now, everyday life involves meeting people, and so it would be useful to have a mindfulness practice that involves being mindful of other people, although this seems to be rarely done. But the Satipatthana Sutta, which is the foundational document defining mindfulness for the past 2,500 years, seems to have asked us to practice mindfulness of both ourselves and of other people, what it calls developing mindfulness internally, externally, and both internally and externally. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go through 3 of the 4 foundations of mindfulness, namely mindfulness of body, of feelings, and of the mind itself, developing them, or practicing anyway, internally, externally, and both internally and externally. Starting now with mindfulness of body, we'll do mindfulness of breathing internally. So that means what we're going to do is think about our own breathing, the sensations of breathing. But while we're doing that, we're also paying attention to each other, to the other person in front of us, looking mainly at the eyes, being curious about the other person, interested in them, as we pay attention to our own breath. This is not an exercise in not blinking. It's an exercise in paying attention to another person while being aware of our own breath. Maybe you can feel the breath just under your nose. Can you feel the air going in and out?
Yeah.
And can you feel the air at the back of your throat? Yeah. Can you feel your chest move at all?
Can't.
When you breathe more deeply, you might be able to feel your chest. You feel your chest? Any sensations in your chest? How about your tummy?
Yeah.
All right. And can you pay attention to those sensations as you pay attention to me?
My brain hurts.
Your brain hurts. How does that feel? What sort of feeling do you mean?
And it really hurts.
Back there, you mean your head hurts, just there?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a sensation of pain there. Well, you know that sensation will come and it will go.
Yeah.
Is it changing as we talk?
Yeah.
How's it feeling now?
Better.
Oh, great.
No.
Now pay attention to your breath and see if you can find out what rhythm your breath has. I mean, are you breathing slowly or quick? Slowly or quick?
Slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so that's internally, being mindful of your breath internally.
External.
Now externally, what that means is see if you can pay attention to my breath. Can you see any movement in me as I breathe?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where do you see it?
To your nose.
Mm-hmm. What's my nose doing?
But the pain's still really hard.
Oh, okay. So it's come back again. Do you want to just pay a bit of attention to that pain?
Yeah.
Just focus on that pain. Tell me, what is it doing, the pain?
It's hurting me.
Mm-hmm. Is it a sharp pain?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's behind the ear, did you say? Can you locate it?
Yeah.
Here, back of the head.
The back of the head.
Okay. There are some muscles there. See if you can relax the muscles. That's it. Now, what I can do later is I can rub that for you. Maybe a little bit of massage will help if it's still there. Can you focus on me at all, or is the pain getting in the way?
Just can focus.
Okay, great. So now pay attention to my breathing as you're doing. You said you could see my nose move
Yeah.
as I breathe. And can you tell when I'm breathing in and when I'm breathing out?
Yeah.
I'm breathing out now. Can you tell what speed I'm breathing in and out? Breathing out, finished. Now I'm breathing in. Breathing out. Can you see when I'm breathing in and out?
Yeah.
Alright, now what we're going to do, well done, is be mindful of our breathing both internally and externally, and that means the relationship between our breathing. So can you see if which one of us is breathing slower than the other, or we're both breathing in time? I see your breathing most clearly by looking at your tummy, actually. That's why I see most movement.
Yeah.
Who do you think is breathing slower than the other?
I think yes, I think you are.
That's what I thought as well. Well done. So that's an example of mindfulness of breathing internally and externally, both internally and externally.
Yeah, internally and externally, that's the way.
Now, what we're going to do is think about posture. So, we're now sitting. We've done mindfulness of walking internally. Now, thinking about your posture, mindfulness of posture, are you aware of where different bits of your body are? For example, can you tell is your back straight?
Yeah.
Can you tell where your legs are? Can you just feel where your legs are without even looking at them?
And then they're pointing down.
Okay. And can you tell if any muscles are tense? If they could be relaxed? Yeah. Well done. Now, you can be mindful of my posture, which is mindfulness of posture externally. Can you see how I'm sitting? Any muscles look tense if you look at me? Did it look like any muscles were becoming more relaxed or were tense? Or and you can think about the sensations I might be having. For example, I probably know where my legs are without looking at them. So when you look at me, can you feel how, maybe Abba knows how he's sitting?
Try and feel where your legs are without touching them, alright? Without noticing them, alright? That's your example to do. What? Good? Yeah, good? Yeah.
Alright. Now, so that was mindfulness internally, externally. Let's do both internally and externally. Think about how our postures might affect each other. For example, do you see me relaxed now? And how does that make you feel, your body? And when you look at my breathing, if I breathe slowly, do I feel calm or excited?
Calm.
And how does that make you feel?
Calm.
Good. Alright, so that's mindfulness of body. Now we'll move on to
mindfulness of feeling.
Mindfulness of feelings, that's right. As we continue to look at each other, mainly in the eyes, just paying attention to the other person. How are you feeling?
Be happy.
Oh, excellent. So we're doing mindfulness of feelings internally as you pay attention to me. So while you look at me and you're curious about me, what feelings arise in you? So you said happiness is one of them.
Yeah.
So is that pleasant, unpleasant or neutral? We're going to ask for every feeling.
Pleasant.
So that's a pleasant one. Any other feelings, sensations, anything at all? As you look at me and pay attention to me, any sensations arise in the body?
No.
And could be thoughts as well. Any perceptions, thoughts, sensations, and we'll just ask ourselves, are they pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral?
I think they're pleasant.
You're getting pleasant, unpleasant, what? Thought? Or feeling?
Thought.
Okay. And some of these feelings that arise will come from called your Buddha nature, the nature in you that makes you mindful, compassionate, kind, caring, concentrating. They can be pleasant feelings, or neutral feelings if it's equanimity. Some feelings come from your Mara nature, for example, craving, thinking you must eat something now, thirst, and so on. So as you look at me now, any other feelings you want to say coming up?
No.
Okay. So now we'll think about my feelings. Partly I'll tell you about them, and partly you might just be able to pick up on them by looking at me, whether I'm smiling, the tone of my voice. So as I look at you, I feel happy like you did, happy that you're here with me. That's a pleasant feeling. But also notice in the background there's bookshelves and books, and I feel a pleasant feeling about them because I like having them. But I know those feelings, they come and they go. I had that feeling, sort of a pleasant feeling of owning things, because I was looking at them. As soon as I lose contact with them, I'll think about something else, have a different feeling. There's a slight unpleasant feeling in my back where the muscle's a bit sore. Alright. Now, look at me just for a moment and see if you can just get a feeling for what I might be feeling. Pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral.
Happy.
Okay. Alright, good. Now we're going to do both internally and externally. So now we're going to think about how our feelings affect each other. So when I say I have a pleasant feeling, how does that make you feel?
Pleasant.
Pleasant. So you feel joy in my joy. So when I say, for example, I do feel good about sitting here concentrating, being mindful about you, that's a pleasant feeling. Do you get a pleasant feeling about my pleasant feeling? Now what about the pain you mentioned at the back of your head? How's that doing?
It's better.
It's better. Oh, excellent. So now I've got a pleasant feeling because your unpleasant feeling has gone away. And what about the pain? I do have a slight pain in my upper back. How do you feel about my unpleasant feeling?
I wish it didn't happen.
Yes, that's compassion. That's your feeling about my feeling.
I mean, unpleasant that you don't have the back feeling anymore.
Excellent. So that was mindful, a little taste of mindfulness of feelings. Now we're going to go on to mindfulness of the mind itself. So this is the overall quality of the mind, or the mind as a whole, the mind in itself. So one thing we can think about is, as we pay attention to each other, is how alert or tired do you feel? So do you feel tired or awake and alert? Oh, good. And how concentrating do you think you are? So you're concentrating on me, or do you have distracting thoughts?
I'm concentrating. Yeah.
Good. Now we can ask about, because one thing in Buddhism, when you think about the mind as a whole, is how much Buddha nature is showing itself through the mind, and how much Mara nature, which is the opposite. So Mara nature will be craving, or really thinking you must have something, or clinging on, thinking you can't lose it, or having ill will, which means being a bit angry, or having bad thoughts about someone else. So thinking now, are you feeling like you have any craving? Anything you think you must have? Yeah? What do you crave?
I must have ice cream.
You're feeling like you must have an ice cream. So now, what did that depend on? That probably came from thinking about ice cream. Now, thinking about ice cream, is that pleasant or unpleasant?
Pleasant.
Pleasant. So often a pleasant feeling can lead to craving. So maybe if you just look at that thought of the ice cream, realise it's a pleasant feeling, and just say that's a pleasant feeling, that's a pleasant thought, but it will come and it will go, it will disappear. Maybe you can stop the craving a little bit that way. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Same for a ill will, maybe that arises from a thought or a feeling that's unpleasant. And then you feel some anger or something like that. Or do you feel any anger, any ill will?
No.
No. But anytime you notice an unpleasant feeling, you could just note, are you reacting to it? Do you feel bad about anyone or anything because of that? What you could do instead is just note that's an unpleasant feeling and know that it will pass. It came because of a thought, and it will go as that thought goes. Now look at me. So that was mindfulness of yourself, a little taste of it anyway, of your own mind, internally. Now externally, if you look at me, do I look alert or tired?
No.
Good. Do I look like I'm concentrating or distracted? And does it look like or feel like I'm feeling kindness or ill will and anger? Excellent. And I'm not sure if you can tell. Does it look like I'm craving something, or I feel peaceful and not craving?
Feeling peaceful.
Good. But if I was craving something, what I'll do is I'd look at the pleasant feeling that might have triggered that craving, maybe a thought that gave me a pleasant feeling, made me think, I want that, I want more of that. And just know that's a pleasant thought, but it will go. And I can be happy in the moment. I don't need to crave. Just look at me and then think about my mind as a whole without having to say anything. And just see if you can just pay attention to it and be aware of my mind. Good. And I was paying attention to your mind as we're doing that. Now we'll do both internally and externally. When I feel alert, which I do, maybe you're aware of me feeling alert and not sleepy. How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel? How does it make you feel?
Happy.
Yeah. And maybe alert yourself. Whereas if I start to get sleepy, does that make you concentrate a bit less? Might not. It might make you curious about my sleepiness. If I go like that, it makes you sleepy as well.
Yeah.
And if you feel that I feel kind, how does that make you feel?
I'm happy.
Happy. Maybe less likely to ill will yourself.
Yeah.
Someone's kind to you, feel you want to be kind back. Well done, little one. That's just a little taste of mindfulness of mind, internally, externally, internally, externally.
Yeah.
Now to finish, what we're going to do is just pay attention to each other and let happen whatever happens, while keeping our attention on the other person, just being mindful of the other person. And we might have sensations to do with the body, feelings, or awareness of the mind as a whole. Alright? So let's just pay attention to each other now, mindfully. You can tell me about any thoughts you're having?
I'm getting some pleasant thoughts.
Okay.
I'm happy that they're not unpleasant.
And are they about me and paying attention to me?
Yeah, kind of.
Good. Of course, distractions may arise, but that's fine because that's practice.
Can we do 30 minutes of this?
30 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if a distraction happens, that's fine because that's practice and bringing your attention back to me when that happens. So you just keep looking at me, paying attention to me. any sensations or thoughts arising?
Yeah, lots of them.
Okay.
I mean, like some of them people blowing their cheeks. So.
Okay, so they're sort of distractions.
Mm.
And then do you let them go and pay
Yeah.
attention back to me? Mm-hmm.
Can we have an hour of this?
We can do. I think we should finish the video here though, and then we can carry on doing more later. So we say bye now?
No. We need to do it until half an hour.
I think we need to finish now, little one. We'll take 2 days to upload. Okay.
What?
All right. Bye then.
What now? Bye guys. Have a nice meditation day. Bye.